Why don't we go ahead and get started?
There we go.
Great. Thank you, Benson. Greetings
Yeah.
from Orlando, Florida, where it just turned 12:01 a.m. at this time. I'm attending Rotary meetings. They call it International Assembly. It's a phenomenal meeting of all the incoming governors from around the world meeting with the top senior leadership of Rotary. There's about 1,200 people that are here. And it's just been an incredible experience for both Kathleen and myself, and we'll share a little bit about that as we go through the meeting. But thank you for your time and being with us tonight. I know it's an important process as we go through our president-elect training, so that's why I'm happy to do this from 5,000 miles away. I want to thank Benson Medina as our district trainer for setting up the Zoom and hosting tonight. We're always grateful for Benson, and thank you so much. We have a couple, Arlene Estrella, Assistant Governor from the West Oahu is here with us. Sandy Matsui, past District Governor, is with us. We appreciate Sandy, thank you. You're gonna meet Lane Kohama, is our current membership chair, and next year he'll be serving as our Chief of Staff for all of our district operations. So Lane's going to present tonight along with, so proud to introduce Connie Ichinosi from the Rotary Club of Hilo. Connie has agreed to serve as our membership chair starting July 1st, 2023. And thank you, Connie, appreciate that so much. And her passion and dedication and commitment to membership is phenomenal. And it's going to be a great addition to our district leadership team. So thank you, Connie, for being here, and everybody else that's jumping on now. One of the things that happens at this International Assembly is the incoming Rotary International President, who is Gordon McAnally. It's really his meeting. He's the one that's running the meeting, and he introduces his theme and projects and priorities for the coming year. And I asked Lane to queue up, and you'll be some of the first. This was just introduced 2 days ago internationally. And so you'll be some of the first people to see what our theme is and to hear him for a few minutes. He's an amazing guy. We're trying to get him to come out to Hawaii and visit us. He's pretty excited about that. Both he and his wife, they're from Scotland. And he's a dentist, retired dentist, and just a super down-to-earth guy. So Lane, if you can share screen, it's a 4-minute video. It's actually a 20-minute speech, and we're just going to watch about 4 minutes of it and introduce you to our incoming Rotary International President. If that works, Lane, that'd be great.
Absolutely, getting it queued up right now. Okay, here we go. Can everyone see that? Thumbs up. Cool, thank you. Okay, I'm going to play the sound, and here we go.
Outcome of hard work,
Oh,
earned trust, and often difficult conversations.
can anyone hear any sound?
We know that peace
Yes.
must be waged persistently and bravely. The bravest goal a human being can set is the pursuit of peace. And in Rotary, everything we do across all our areas of focus helps build the hope that in turn makes peace and redemption possible. In 2006, I visited a village in Thailand, Ban Taling Jan, where Rotary members, following the tsunami of 2004, had provided new houses, a meeting hall, a child care facility, and a healthcare facility. There I was approached by a woman who looked as worn as you might expect of someone who had faced and lived through what she had done. That woman offered me a beautiful seashell. This beautiful seashell. She explained that the shell had been in her possession for more than 30 years. It was one of her very few remaining possessions. And initially, I was reluctant to accept it. but she insisted on giving it to me as a token of her gratitude for what Rotary had done for her. Later on the tour, I saw the woman again, and I learned that she had lost her husband, her daughter, and also her son in the tsunami. She told me that that disaster had taken everything. She lost her family, her home, her livelihood, but worst of all, she had lost hope and all reason to continue to live. But she went on to tell me that Rotary, thanks to all we had done to rebuild her community, had restored her optimism. She told me we had given her hope. This is a beautiful shell. As I was planning the theme for our year and what it would mean, I was drawn not only to the shell, but also to the colours of the world around us, which are used to great effect by one of Scotland's greatest living artists, John Laurie Morrison, OBE, better known as Joe Lomo, whose paintings Heather and I have admired and collected for many years. As we were selecting the colours for our ties and our scarves, as you can now see on the screen behind me, I wanted them to reflect the world's colours, and more importantly, what Rotary should focus on in our year ahead. The memory of the lady from Thailand, and these colours made me realise that what we should be seeking to do at this time, what we should be using as our call to action, and it all made me realise what our theme should be. And so I am delighted to tell you that our theme for 2023-24 will be Create Hope in the World. Gib der Welt Hoffnung. Crea esperanza en el mundo.
Good, Mark.
All right, excellent. Thank you, Lane.
Welcome.
That worked.
Stop sharing.
All right, thank you. And during that, we gained a few more folks. Thank you for joining us. I see 32 people are in our meeting tonight, so thank you so much. So that's the theme, our international theme for Rotary for July 1, 2023 through June of 2024. Create hope for the world. So as you know, this year's theme is Sandy and Ted Fagel have and Benson has behind, and their backgrounds is Imagine Rotary. And so this year we've been imagining a better future and imagining what Rotary can do in the world. And our new President Gordon is now asking us to go from imagining to create hope. So it is an exciting, dynamic kind of an international theme that we'll be having, and we'll be able to relate the work that we do in all of our communities and in our Rotary clubs and working with our members, that we'll be able to create hope in our communities and in the world. So I am super excited to be able to share that with you. Benson asked me what some of my impressions are from these meetings that we're at in Orlando, Florida. And I'll tell you that Kathleen and I sat down and had breakfast today with a random couple. They were sitting by themselves at a table, and come to find out that she's the incoming governor from Croatia, the entire country of Croatia. So here we are talking with opposite ends of the world, a very nice couple, and they asked if we'd participated in international service projects, and Kathleen and I said yes, we had. With Hawaii Rotary, we'd gone to Bali about 3 years ago as part of a Hawaii Rotary international service project. And while we're there, we'd worked at prosthetics. We'd gone through a small little nonprofit that was helping build legs for people that had lost them in industrial accidents. And crude rudimentary prosthetic legs. And they both lit up immediately, said, "Oh, you went to Pusabati, Bali?" And it come to find out that he's actually creating a next generation 3D creation to make prosthetic legs for this small little nonprofit out in the country of Bali. And so even though we live 15,000 miles away from each other, here we are knowing the same people, and we've met the same people and been to the same little nonprofit in a third world country. And that's kind of what Rotary is all about. It is amazing that kind of magic happens, just having a scrambled egg breakfast, and that happened this morning. Those are the kinds of things that we can do to create hope in the world as we get ready for the coming year. Tonight we're gonna go through our PETS checklist. We had sent that out, and Kathleen's gonna go through that quickly. We'll spend about 10 minutes on that. Then Lane and Connie are going to do a membership presentation. We'll give them some time to do that and answer a few questions. And then we'll hopefully have a few minutes to do a open discussion at that point. So with that, Kathleen, I'm going to move out of the chair and let her move in. Thanks.
Aloha, everybody. Oh my goodness, it's good to see you. Yeah, it's really something to be here. Just hearing the whole theme getting rolled out. I never knew exactly what that meant about themes. I mean, I already, always got my Rotary pins just like everybody else did, but I didn't understand how that all worked about internationally, it getting rolled out here, and then how that comes about. And so just to be here, and it's all kind of secret, even the vendors don't share it because that's where you can buy the goodies that say the theme and have the theme on it, and just the momentum of knowing that the theme is going to be announced, and then of course having the theme about hope. Oh my gosh, so I've been kind of a mess here because I find that very emotional that it's about hope. So okay, I'm going to switch gears and get more serious, more concrete about preparing for PETS. But so bear with me, because it does feel like it's been kind of an intense experience here. So it's so good to be back with our home folks. So let me share screen. And I worked on this checklist after being at PETS a few times myself, and then thinking, what would I want to know? And I hope this is a tool that you'll find helpful. So let me go here to share. And Mark, are you going to come over here and help me? I just push share. And yes, it is on the desktop. We worked on that earlier. You want to come over and see if you see it anywhere? Pre-PETS checklist. Okay, can you all see that? Can somebody just let me know if you can see it? Yes.
You're good, Kathleen.
Yeah. Okay, thank you so much. Okay, so we'll just walk through this together. I know you got it and you can read it, but it's kind of fun if we go through it together. So yes, and I'll make it quick. So websites, now this might seem really straightforward, but funny enough, if you haven't taken a minute to literally do this, then you'll feel behind. So again, Rotary.org to make sure that you do that before you get there. And then RotaryD5000.org. I've sat through presentations where people say, you know, go to Club Runner and make sure you know Club Central and do all this before you get there. And then we haven't done it and we feel behind when we're on site. So please get on there before you go. So just a little checklist, you know, as soon as you do, I would recommend you just check it off and you'll feel more prepared. Southwestpets.org, of course, that's just making sure that you've registered, but also maybe you want to go on there and see a little bit more about the hotel or, you know, things about, you know, what to expect. So that, again, is a website for your convenience. This is a side note about the Marriott. Might not be a big deal to get into those reward points because maybe you're not a big traveler with Marriott, but it does give you free access to the Wi-Fi. So that is really important because you'll be using Wi-Fi when we're there. So just a little detail that helps you if you do that beforehand, so you're not feeling bogged down or stressed when we're there. So things to pack. Hopefully you'll be able to bring a laptop or some kind of device so that when we talk about these websites, boom, you're right there and it's bigger than a phone so that you can see what you're doing and you can kind of share with other people, the other clubs in your area. The district shirt, don't forget that because you'll hear a lot of folks talking about the picture day or, you know, what we're wearing, the individual shots, but then also the group shots. So the district shirt. And hopefully you saw that. Hopefully you like it. Mark, here's his today. And yeah, it's a big hit. So that's been kind of fun. The attire for pets is what they call business casual. You know, that's up for interpretation, but generally what we try to do is spread our aloha spirit and the fact that we're from Hawaii. So it's kind of fun to wear things that are Hawaiiana. And then of course there is kind of an evening where we wear our cultural outfits. So it's always nice to have Hawaiian dress for our cultural night. But in general, business casual, but it'd be nice if you think about aloha wear for that. Bring business cards. That's just kind of a norm there to share cards and because you'll be making a whole lot of new friends. And then some basic information on your club. That will be really handy because you'll be talking about your club. Maybe you have a draft budget. If you're not sure where to start with that, you know, bring the past one. Bring one that you've had before. It's also helpful. People might be talking about bylaws or a strategic or vision plan. So that will be helpful to have that on you. You'll feel, again, more prepared if you have some of these things with you. There'll be lots of things that you'll be able to purchase. You'll be able to purchase some things with these. You can see, I'm looking at Lane's backdrop. You'll see banners behind him. There's banners and pins and bags and shirts and all kinds of things. If you would like to get some of those items, you'll be able to do that. It's kind of a fun place to shop. And maybe you want to get that for your board members or your regular Rotary members. Also, you can purchase business cards. They will have an option there where you can use your headshot. And again, headshots are taken by this outside vendor early Friday AM. They might ask you to buy the headshots. You don't need to do that, but you do want to get the headshots because then we can get those and those will be the ones that are used for the website. So we get those free. And of course, that's why we want everybody to match in their district shirts. So that will be an important thing for the district website. So I think you get the idea. People look the same with their shirts on the website, all from Hawaii. Some expectations on the checklist. So, you know, obviously it's expected that people attend all the scheduled events and we arrive on time and participate. It won't be like this here where, I mean, they take our attendance, they take the barcode, and we really get in trouble if we're not there. The thinking here that we're taught is that, the events are paid for, and so they really want to make sure we're in our seats. They in fact want us in our seats 10 minutes before. So it's been good training for us. But we're real aware that we're representing Hawaii. So, we behave like that. So please share with your club as much as possible and put to good use all your invaluable learning upon your return. So that's, obviously that's an expectation, is that we're going to represent and we want to take back as much as we can. And so whatever way you need to do that, whether it's taking notes or it's taking pictures or jotting down or using your laptop. But of course, we want to try to share as much as we can when we get back. This is a great thing to know, that we don't have to cram everything in that one weekend, because training is an ongoing process. District 5000 has lots of follow-up training opportunities, and we'll be having site visits. Of course, that's part of what Mark does on-site visits. And there's lots of people within the district that will be resources for you. So again, you'll be utilizing these resources and participating in them. So attire, it seems like a lot of people worry about what to wear. Maybe you're not too worried, but just in case, we put this in here as a checklist. So for men, generally business casual, which means aloha shirts and slacks. And again, there are some activities where, jeans and a polo shirt are just fine. For women, especially in the evenings, it's kind of nice to be a little more dressed up. It's fun if we do more dress up than that. And again, it talks about the pictures and the district shirt. Let's see. So have you entered your assistant governor and your cell phone contacts? This is super important so we can have some little text chains going on. Do you know who else is in your group under your AG? Just another check-in about, have you logged in to Club Runner and Club Central? Just another checklist on, did you pay your $60 for the purpose of hosting our hospitality suite? And the theme pins. So remember, Mark did put in his email on the 2nd about instructions for the theme pins. And again, you can always get more at PETS. And then if you have some kind of talent, singing, music, dancing, of course, that's fun to show, share at PETS. So more on that, but that will be, just kind of think about that. And then when you're there, the badge is super important. It's like your ticket to everything. So definitely wear your badges. And let's help out our social media team by taking pictures and tagging them and putting them on Instagram. And of course, attending all the meetings. There's lots of people there that are there to help us. So Sergeant at Arms, that custom, usually they have a special color. It'll probably be yellow to help us if we need directions or where something is. They're strict on smoking. So I don't know if we have any smokers in the group, but boy, don't do it there. Not even on the balconies. And kukui nut leis, this is important. So the men get the dark ones, the female get the light ones, and it's really nice. It's a tradition to, maybe somebody's helped you out. Maybe you've got somebody that's caught your eye, that's done something extra nice, and make a point of giving that to them at the end. And say a little bit about what the kukui nut means. That's a nice way also to kind of share our culture. So these are some things that hopefully have been on your mind that might be helpful for you to just kind of break it down and not forget. And so I know that might bring up some other questions too, but that's my time with you. And so I will stop here. And again, I can't wait to be at Pets with you. I hope to be a resource for you as well. And Mark, am I done? Okay, yep, he's like, that's it. So I will be there. I will be there for you. And again, I'm really excited about being with you. Aloha, everybody.
Thank you, Kathleen. I'm sure that generated a few questions. Does anybody have any immediate questions? And I can't see everybody on the screen, so just yell at me.
Or you can raise your digital hand.
Oh,
right?
there you
Text
go.
how to
That's
do that.
even better. Thank you,
So
Benson.
down here in the reactions, it says raise hand. You see my raise hand. So what that does is it brings you to the top of the page, and then we can see you as well. So if you want to do that, go ahead. If you're not so inclined, then just yell.
All right, real quick, going through the chat, Jacob, the district shirts are ordered. They're on their way here. I'm actually wearing one sample one tonight. And so yes, we'll get them before Pets. We'll come up with a distribution system, or we'll have them at Pets, and Lane put in the order forms. Places, laptops, there's a lot of power in the rooms, as well as we'll have our own conference room that we'll be able to have our meetings in. So you should be able to tap into the energy there. Vernon, good question. We'll get that out to everybody. Yes, I have one. And scan others things to register contact info. Oh, there you go, Connie. If we figure out a way to do that, we'll figure out a way to do that. You techie people, thank you. Kelsey, yes.
Yes, I was just wondering if we're landing very late Thursday night, is it possible to get our packet early Friday morning?
If you're coming in at Hawaiian Airlines, it comes in like 10:30 or 11 at night.
Mhm.
Then there still will be transportation from the airport to the hotel, and we'll have our room open. We'll have a hospitality room. And so hopefully there'll still be some refreshments there. There will be some refreshments there, and you'll be able to get your packet then as soon as you come in, because that'll give
Thank
your
you.
program and everything for the meetings. Good question.
I don't come in till midnight. I'm on an
Oh,
Alaska
why?
airline flight, so I don't come in till midnight.
All right, they still have the hotel shuttle, so it'll still come in.
Okay.
I'll be there for you, Kelsey, and I'll make sure you have your packet.
Thank you so much. Thank you.
And we'll be putting a list together so we can try to find out when people are coming in to make sure we don't lose anybody.
Unfortunately from Maui, 9 o'clock is the earliest direct flight. And I was considering going through Honolulu, but with the runway construction, they say that there's a lot of delays, so. 9
All
o'clock,
right, so
9 o'clock would be all right then.
that's fine, Jay. Yes, absolutely.
Okay, thank you.
And the hotel
Yeah,
really
and I'll
is,
make sure I collect the Maui stuff too for anybody that's later, and I'll make sure I coordinate with you guys.
sounds good, Wendy. The hotel is like 12 minutes away from the airport, so it's right around the corner. It's gonna take longer to walk to where the shuttle picks up than the drive to the hotel. Dick, you had a question, quick?
Yeah, if I got an $80 credit at the Southwest Pets thing, I have to give it in writing to get it back.
If you're gonna get a credit back, yes, I would definitely put in an email to get that credited back, because that was a personal expense.
No, it was a Thursday night dinner.
Oh, the
$80
Thursday-
dinner that you said was not necessary.
Yep, that's totally optional. We will have dinner and refreshments in our Hawaii Rotary room. All right, thanks. We'll get some more notices out and we will try to collect more information. Like we don't have your emergency contact information and your flight arrangements. So look for those reminders. Thanks. I want to turn time over now. This week, we're going to talk about membership. Next week at the same meeting, when I'll be in the correct time zone, we'll have a session on public image. And then the week after that, we'll include the Rotary Foundation will be a topic on the three primary functions of Rotary: membership, Rotary Foundation, and public image. So let me turn it over to our current membership chair, Lane Kohama. Back to you.
All right, thanks, Mark. And again, I'm so excited for folks who has, I see some folks, who's their second time serving as president? I'm just curious, show of hands. Okay, see some hands going up and I see some familiar faces. Thank you. I see Jay saying 3 and I know Dick is Sir Chemo, yeah. So I see some familiar faces, I see some new faces, and you know, this will be a little bit more different than the typical membership presentation you guys might see. So let me share my screen. Let me start from the beginning.
Look at that. You got the theme right there. I'm impressed.
Yeah, I kind of got it right in time there. And let me make sure, can you just see one slide now? Show of hands. Okay, cool. Thank you. All right. Well, thank you folks so much again. And agenda for the membership for Pre-Pets, there is, I'm going to try to put it on my left so I can actually see all of you beautiful people on my other monitor on my left side, just in case if you folks have any questions too. So we're going to cover attributes of a leader and if I could be president again. So who saw Cliff Docterman? Raise of hands. Ever? Okay, I see some hands going up. Cool. If not, I will put the link in the chat later after the presentation. It's really good to watch. He's a great presenter and he talks about if he was president again, what he would do. And if I was president again, these are the things I wish I knew, being a leader, as all of you folks are, and definitely being a leader in increasing membership, but also retaining membership, because that was one thing that I had struggles with, trying to keep the club together and keeping everyone staying, with the club or staying within Rotary. All right, so one of the things I was going to talk about is Relax, Focus, and Succeed. It's just a book here, but I'm just going to give you the highlights. It's from my friend named Carl Palachuk. And one of the things is relax. So I think that's pretty important. And he places relax first because it's the most important and neglected element. Only when you learn to relax and bring balance to your life, will you truly be successful? So some of the ideas is put 10 to 15 minutes a day just to meditate, even sitting, thinking, and writing down your thoughts. That's just, basically it's teaching us to slow down. Because as leaders, especially in a Rotary Club, whether it's small or big, you're going to be tasked with many things and wear many hats. And it's a good idea to just slow down sometimes and relax. The next thing that he talks about is focus. So focus is second because it's a driving force in everything we do and everything we achieve. So if you focus on watching television, guess what? You're going to be a master at watching television. If you focus on your children, guess what? You'll be an excellent parent. And if you focus on money, sure, will attain money. But if you focus on being a better person, you will become a better person. And if you focus on increasing membership or retaining membership, guess what? You will definitely accomplish that too. And people who do examine their lives, I feel, who think about where they've been, how they got there, and where they're going, I see them a little bit more as much more happier people. So what do you want to focus on? What type of leader do you want to be in Rotary, especially for your club? And why are you in Rotary? What keeps you in Rotary? Because how can you grow membership and how can you retain membership? So those are some areas of focus that you could be looking at. And then the last thing is success. And success is not money, although having money is one kind of success for sure, on which we frequently focus, but success is attaining your goals. So success is attaining your goals. So one of the things that you could do is look at what are your membership goals? Is it going to be grow your club by net 5 members, not losing any members? What is your goal? And I remember when I was president, my goal was honestly to retain all the members. And though we didn't have a big club, just to even retain those members were tough. So luckily, I made it through my goal and we actually gained members. So that was a nice thing. So one of the next things I'm going to talk about is KISS. Who knows KISS? I just wanted to see. Cool. Okay. And KISS stands for Keep It Simple, Stupid. So what does that mean? It's invented by Clarence Johnson. And one of the things he talks about is be humble, but basically keep it simple, right? Break down your goals into smaller goals. Like if it's retaining 75% of your members, how you're going to get there, right? Keep it simple, like call one member a week. You could text one member a day to check in with them, for example, or send one email to a member once a week, but make it attainable, make it simple, make it easy. And you break down challenges into smaller challenges. And who has heard of Desmond Tutu? Raise a hand. Okay, I see a lot of hands going up. So he said that there's only one way to eat an elephant, and it's one bite at a time, because you can't eat your goals in one sitting or 1 week, or, it does take time. So keep that in mind. And who's heard of the SMART system? Raise a hand. Oh, I see some hands going up. So SMART will stand for these. The acronym stands for these things. So specific. So you want your goal to be specific. So be clear and concrete about what you want to accomplish in membership. Make it measurable. So set a goal that allows you to measure your progress toward achieving it. So make sure it's measurable. Whether, again, it's like, hey, I'm going to text one person once a day or one person once a week, make it measurable. Attainable, make your goals realistic. Don't say, hey, I'm going to grow my club by 100 or something. Definitely make it attainable, make it realistic and relevant. Set a goal that means something to you. So make it relevant to you. Why are you doing, the goal that you're doing? And lastly, time bound. I always struggle with this too, setting a deadline, but the last part is committing to it. That's the one that, I have to also continue to work on. Last but not least, so for example, current district governor Randy Hart, his goal is net +1. So that means, hey, make sure that, at the end of the year, you gain 1 member. So from the gains and losses, you'll just gain 1. And that's a goal that's SMART, or that's a goal that deals with KISS. Keep it simple. So, all right. And I'm going to turn it over to Connie, because she's going to kind of put some of these concepts in place from her experience being president this year for her club. So Connie, why don't you take it away?
Thank you, Lane. And hi, everybody. I know exactly how you feel, because 1 year ago, I felt just like what you feel. Like I was going like, what the heck did I get myself into? So I'm not as professional or classy as Lane, because he is Mr. Techie. So you'll notice you can tell the direct difference between our PowerPoints. But anyway, and he's saying that if I could be president again, and he's looking back, and I'm looking back a year ago thinking like, if I'm going to be president, what am I going to do? Right? So, okay, you can next. So you want to support your team. Of all things, support your team. And Thank you, because I can't remember what I put on the next one, Lane. You made it all nice with the transitions. You can put them all up, Lane. It's okay. 'cause
Oh, yeah, no
I
worries.
didn't practice it with transitions. Okay, thanks.
You're welcome.
One thing I can tell you, I was membership chair for several presidents through the years. And what I found was that when the club was most successful, it was when the president was most supportive. And so just a tip for you guys, because, and I'll give you an example, because there were presidents that I would say, hey, I got this idea, what, maybe we should do this and this and this. And they would say, yeah, good, great, go for it. And that was it. And, and I know they were saying that as a compliment, they were trying to say like, I have confidence in you and, you can do it and stuff. But from my side, I thought, wow, I wanted someone to be in partnership with me and support. And so that's the thing. It like, for instance, if your membership person or whoever comes up to you and says, hey, I got this idea. What if we do this? Ask them questions like, well, like, tell me more about it, like get more information about it. Be enthusiastic about it. And then, of course, you always want to say, what can I do to support you? Let me know, I want to support you. I think this is a great project, something like that. So just remember that. I think that is so important. Okay, next. Now, I know you guys are looking at this and saying like, what the heck? So remember what Lane was saying, focus. So don't look at the pictures, focus, because we'll talk about the pictures later. But so we cannot go through a membership webinar or a membership talk without talking about best practices, because it's so important in membership. Membership encompasses almost everything in the club. So what Lane always says is don't have to reinvent the wheel, and we really don't, because everything is on RI for you. And I know you guys have been going through the Learning Center, and right? Yeah, you guys have been doing that stuff. So all that information on membership is there in the Learning Center. And that's what I did. I just went through and read articles, took notes, and like Lane said, focus, open your mind, do meditation. And that way creativity comes to you. As you're looking at these things, you go, oh, I could tweak this, I could do this and maybe do it this way. And you get a little bit more creative with it. So do that. But at the very least, and I guess most of your clubs, because a lot of Hanaho presidents, but most of you guys have systems in place. But at the very least, you got to get your new member procedures ready. That means your orientation, you got to make sure that's set up. You got to get your new member packets, and most clubs nowadays are going paperless, more or less. So we use a jump drive and we put all the information on there, but we still do like a framed certificate, and we give it to them with the pins and stuff. And your induction speech, nobody really tells you that, but you got to get your induction speech ready. So months before, I had started Googling and reading different induction speeches, and I just kind of pieced them together and put together one for myself. And then I waited till June, I waited till June, and I reread it again to see if I needed to tweak it. But get it ready ahead of time, because you don't want to do it at the last minute. I had a president one time who I got all this membership stuff ready, and I was all, I had it all nice and everything. And the president just said, okay, here's our new member. Everybody welcome him and give him a great hand, and that was it. And so I had so many members come to me afterwards and say, that was the most horrible induction I've ever seen. So, please make sure and make it special and that's the thing, you got to tell them ahead of time. Make sure you tell them, like, invite your family, invite your friends. This is a special occasion, and make it special for them. Really recognize them. And some other ideas like that you can add on after you got the 3 basics done is, like, for instance, our club does the Red Badge program. And what that is you just give each new member a checklist of a few easy things to do, like be a greeter, lead flag pledge, lead 4-way test, join a committee. That's important. attend a social or a service project, something like that, like us on Facebook or something like that. And then once they check everything off, then you have a ceremony, and just and it takes like 2 minutes, but bring them up again, make them feel special. So do that. And we also do new member spotlight. And what that is as soon as a new member is inducted into the club, we have someone interview them, put their picture up, and then we have like a short, a nice little article that we email out to everybody to get to know our new members. And, so that's one way to do it. So member retention, that is also, member retention is just as important as recruitment. It's just as important because it doesn't make sense. You're putting all the work to get them in and they're leaving, So so you want to try to keep the members engaged, keep them happy. And one of the ways to do this is make your meetings fun. And there's a whole lot of ways to do it. But what you want to do is you have to have fun. You have to relax. You have to enjoy. You have to think like, this is my year as president. I'm going to make the best of it. And that's what I did is I told myself, and I said it to everybody at the installation dinner. I said, no matter what, I promise to do my very best. And in my head, that's all I kept thinking every time. I just got to do my best. I just got to do my best. And your best is going to be good enough. I tell you that for sure. So you want to make the meetings fun and you want to recognize and acknowledge all your members. You want to make them feel special, not just the new members. You want to make the longtime members feel special too. Some of the ways that I do that is, okay, we'll get to the pictures, but one of the ways that I do that is I try not to do all the talking. I try to get other people to come up to the mic and speak because as Rotarian leaders, we're also trying to mentor and we're trying to bring up new leaders. So part of that is being able to speak in front of people, right? So bring them up, let them talk. And Jeremiah's on this and poor thing, he's like, always getting called up and he's like, okay. And so I had to ask him the other day, I said, are you okay with me calling you up? And he goes, yeah, I like it. So he's really awesome. But anyway, so make the meetings fun, recognize them. And then, so what I did was, don't forget, August is membership month. You guys all know that, right? August is membership month. So you want to make that a big deal because you want to start off July, then August. You want to start off your year really getting your club members excited about membership. So like on my slides, the first thing I put up in every August was August in big letters, membership month. So everybody knows, And then one thing I did is at every meeting I had guess the baby Rotarian. And so this is where these pictures come in. And so you can kind of see how you can make it fun because you want to pick somebody who's going to do like quirky, fun things. And sure enough, I asked this one member to do it and she sent me that cute picture. I mean, that is the cutest picture ever, right? And then I asked this other guy to send me one. He sends me this picture and I was like, oh my gosh, are you sure? Because I see balls. And he was like, and I said, everybody's going to see it. And he said, no, that's okay, show it. And he did. And amazingly, people guessed who that was. We don't want to know why. But anyway, so you want to have do some fun things, other things that you can do. Like we have our care committee. Our care committee is made up of maybe some of them are a little bit longtime older members, but they love to talk and call. So they will call people, follow up, send sympathy cards, send birthday things. They will do that all the time. And it makes them feel special and still needed. And it also, helps with the people who we haven't seen in a while. And I just got a message from a member that we haven't seen in a while. And he said, I was so touched because he said 3 people called me and left messages and told me how much they missed me. And they let me know what's upcoming. And he said, thank you. Tell them thank you very much. I really appreciate it. So, it's awesome. And then another thing that you want to do is you want to listen to your members. You want to, I take the feeling that this is not my club. This is not my year. This is our year, our club. I'm just a facilitator. So when they come to me with ideas, I've had presidents say, no, I don't think so. Nah, not this time. Nah, wait till next year, whatever. But I mean, I really try to listen to people and try to, you know, go, okay, sorry, next. I'm going overtime. Sorry, Lane. Sorry, Mark.
Oh, sorry.
Okay, and so you know this thing that Lane always says, he always says that too, eating the elephant one bite at a time. And I feel sorry for the elephant, but anyway, so recruitment, best practices, eating that elephant. The best way to get to your goal is doing bite by bite. And one of the best ways to do that is using your other avenues of service to recruit members. And the best one is community service projects. You can probably get away with not doing hardly any socials and stuff if you have great community service projects, because people now after the pandemic want to go out, they want to give back, especially young people. So if you're targeting young people, that's the way to go. So, you know, really focus on that. And so really, you know, you got to get those committees really going, you know, and membership socials, mixers, and you guys have all heard all those suggestions, Rotary booths. But the main thing I want to tell you is to follow up. That is the most important thing, because people will come, you can bring them to the meeting, but if nobody like closes the deal, so to speak, they're not going to join. So you got to keep thanking them. So usually as the president, I will email the guests and thank them for coming, and you know, and let them know what, you know, what we have upcoming. And then our membership team takes up after that, and they keep, you know, they also thank them. They send them stuff, they send them flyers, they send them the schedule, they do that. They ask them, how are you doing? You know, and it's just like follow up. But that's what you need. So anyway, that was in a nutshell, kind of what you need to do. But thank you for listening. I know I talk fast.
Thanks, Connie. Thank you so much. And Connie, again, is going to be your district membership chair in March year. And, you know, please ask her if you have, you know, any questions. And Wendy's on our team this year, Wendy Hornak. So, you know, Wendy's an excellent speaker, and she's always really happy to speak to clubs about membership. So please ask us, you know, we're here to help you. And if you folks have any questions, you know, let us know. Does anyone have any questions out there? All right. No questions. I think we're good, Mark. I don't see any questions.
All right.
All right. Thank you, everybody.
All right, Lane, Connie, thank you so much for that presentation. Connie, we're excited to have you as part of the team for the coming year. I hope you can feel that energy for you president-elects as we talk about membership. I did see a question about the recording, and yes, Benson's great. He'll get that uploaded on the website. Why don't you tell us where we find it on the website, Benson?
Yeah, okay. We'll post it in an area where I'll put it in an area for all the PE president-elect stuff. So we have a section just for president stuff, and then a separate one for PE stuff. So at the next meeting, Mark, I'll bring up the district website and show everybody exactly where it is. You can click on
All right,
it.
cool.
And that's
great.
where we'll post all our stuff there. Yeah.
All right. All right, I think we can pretty much wrap this up tonight. If there's any burning questions, we have a couple more folks. If you want to turn your videos on that joined us, introduce Sandy Matsui as a past governor and Ted Fagel as a district governor nominee. So thank you for being here. Joining us as assistant governors, I introduced Arlene Estrella a little bit earlier from West Oahu. But also welcome Beverly Hikes, who's going to join us from Hawaii Island on the east side. Thanks, Beverly. She's going to be a new assistant governor. Josh Laguana is going to continue as assistant governor in the Central Oahu, as well as helping us with our public image committee. And he's with us tonight. And Wendy Hornak is helping with membership and also serving as the assistant governor for the Maui clubs. So those are excellent resources that you're going to be able to get to know a lot better. They'll be with us at the President-elect Training Seminar next month in Los Angeles, and we'll have some team building time there to get to know each other really well. So thank you for doing that, Kathleen, who's now already conked out. So thanks, Kathleen. Yeah, she's down for the night. So if you want to unmute and say hello to each other, that would be great. If not, I will say thank you very much for joining us tonight. We'll do the same thing next week, and we'll spend a lot of time talking about our public image and our branding and the good work of the Public Image Committee and those resources that are available to you.
Cool.
So say hello to each other, or if anybody wants to share something, now's a great time.
Don't be shy.
Do my homework for me?
Well, looking forward to doing all this training with all of you. So thank you for taking the time for us. I was just curious about that $60 thing for our club. Was that something that we paid already with our when we registered, or is that something we have to pay for separately?
It's a separate, there's a link for that. I can send that out again, but that would be a separate payment to help pay for the refreshments in our hospitality room and the gifts that we'll be giving away to the other participants.
Okay, I'll look for that email. Thank you.
Thanks, Jeremiah.
Yeah, Mark, if you could send that out, that way, you know, I don't want to miss paying for that because I will be coming in Thursday and hopefully joining you. And, you know, I enjoyed Connie. I was taken back by the butt shot, and I didn't know if that you were trying to say something to us about membership or what you were, you know, if that was tongue in cheek. Oh, no, wait, that's not a good way to say it.
Chemo, that wasn't you though, you know, right?
Well,
Yeah, I thought he was gonna say, hey, how'd you get my picture? That wasn't you, Chemo. Okay, calm down.
okay, thank you. I appreciate that. And also I want to say hi to Zeta. Zeta, are you going to be South Hilo Club? Are you going to be president?
I am.
All right. And I'll just say, go Niners to Zeta.
There we go.
Yeah, go Niners, baby. Sorry.
Mark, you mentioned about shirts should be available, so we don't have to order them. They're going to be there, and we pay then, or what?
Would be great if you order and pay them so we make sure we get the right sizes. But we'll be able to get it to you before we go to Los Angeles.
Okay, so we all got to order them ahead of time then.
It would be good if you order it ahead of time, and then we can get it to you before we go to Los Angeles.
So those of us who've already ordered it and paid, are they going to be coming to us via mail or?
We're going to try and have a downtown distribution. Robert Jackson and I are going to work together on that one.
Sure.
He has the current list of the orders.
So even though it's my third time as president, the first time was 76, 77, and the second time was 82, 83. So this is a completely new experience. There was no such thing as pets. We had Rotary Anns, and thank goodness we don't have them anymore. In my district where I was in the mainland, I introduced the second woman to be in the Rotary district. And the only reason it was second because we met on a Tuesday and another club met on a Monday. And she became district governor. So.
Well, there you go. That's the kind of members
my claim to fame in Rotary. I brought a district governor into Rotary.
Excellent. Nicely done. Let's do it again, Jay.
I hope so.
I had a question about the shirts. I think when you order it, you need to pay for shipping. So do we go ahead and pay for shipping or something like that?
Shipping was free.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay.
Thought he had taken that off. I'll check again. Sorry,
Oh,
that
okay.
was not supposed to be. It's supposed to be an option.
Oh, okay,
Yep.
thanks.
We're gonna
I
try to
just
do the
ordered it. It said
distribution so we don't have to pay for
delivery.
shipping.
Yeah. I paid for it already. What's the difference?
Double check, Mark, because I didn't have an option.
All right.
Just double check.
They should have
just ordered it.
refunded
It
you because
said
they
free
refunded me the shipping.
for shipping.
Hmm.
All right, will do. All right, folks. Thank you very much. If you want to talk story, you can. If not, good night.
Oh, it's good morning to
Night.
you.
Aloha.
Aloha.
Thank
everyone.
you.
Aloha.
Hey.